Emisión.net.
Hello again and welcome to Letter from England, broadcasting for AC Press and the Spanish Evangelical Alliance. One of the contentious issues in Europe at the moment generally, and in Spain particularly, is the school's subject of citizenship. The desire by secular humanists, by and large, to impose their own view of society and of how children should be educated within parliamentary democracies that are separated from any religious affiliation, at least at an official level. After almost 20 hours of deliberation, the Supreme Court in Madrid decided by 22 votes to 7 that parents do not have the right to exercise conscientious objection with regard to citizenship classes, and that their children must therefore attend them, just as they would any other class. Several parents had taken legal action over the subject, which they allege teaches moral values, with which they disagree, clearly, and that the teaching of moral values contravenes the Constitution, which says that such teaching is a basic right of parents. However, the court decided that the subject's content did not undermine the parental right that their children receive the moral and religious teaching which agrees with their parents' beliefs. The Supreme Court examined 4 lower court rulings, 3 of which denied parents the right of conscientious objection, and 1 which granted it. But because of the unparalleled wave of opposition to the subject, the court is seeking a broad consensus on the issue by including a series of modifications and recommendations in its decision. It wants the government to alter the content of citizenship so as to ensure it does not contain moral indoctrination, either through textbook content or through what teachers say in class. It's hard to see how that would work out in practice. Manuel Suarez, spokesman on political issues for the Spanish Evangelical Alliance, said that only parents should be allowed to teach values and not schools. He says no subject should impose moral criteria, not even those which are widely accepted in society. He added that teachers should teach values by example, but not through a subject which he believes will end up becoming a new catechism. Suarez believes Spain is still saddled with a mentality of indoctrination in education. He says previously Catholic RE was compulsory, now it's citizenship. They are still telling us what we must believe. Well, although he advised politicians to practice what they preach, Suarez said the fact that there has been a public debate on the issue is a good thing, adding that Protestants should always defend such discussion within a democracy. For her part, Mercedes Cabrera, the education minister, said the court decision put an end to the matter. She said the subject was compulsory for all pupils, just like any other, that criticism of the content of citizenship was unfounded, and that it has been used as a political football. She was adamant that parental rights were not infringed, and that the government considered the matter closed. That's unlikely to happen, but the parliamentary spokesman for the ruling Socialist Party, José Antonio Alonso, called on the opposition Popular Party to apologize for its prolonged and dishonorable campaign against this subject. His counterpart retorted that his party will continue the political battle against indoctrination and support any future action taken by parents. Well, battle lines are well and truly drawn. Citizenship covers a wide range of issues, basically to do with the kind of values espoused in a constitutional democracy. But inevitably it strays into controversial territory, touching on issues which go to the heart of how people live in society. Which is why I personally think that Suarez's comments that a school should not teach moral values is a little naive. Inevitably, they will impose a set of values, or if not impose, they will certainly seek to inculcate those values in the children under their charge. Now, the controversy over citizenship comes to a head when it attempts to regulate how people should live, and when it deals with issues such as homosexuality, adoption, or euthanasia. One thing is learning to respect people who hold different views. Another is agreeing to accept the validity of those views. Also, while some issues enjoy wide popular support, others, such as abortion for instance, divide public opinion. And at the end of the day, the tension over the classes reflects a wider debate over what kind of society we want. So I think it's important that parents are able to object, are able to raise their objections, to have them debated, but at the end of the day, the courts and the legislators must decide. We have a parliamentary democracy. We can vote out the government that introduces such a subject, and if there is a party which opposes it and says it will modify the subject or even remove it, well, we can vote for them if that's our wish. But the broader concern is that the consensus in society is being moulded and shaped by secular humanists, by those who have little or no time for God, and even less time for the moral values taught in God's Word, and that should be of great concern to evangelicals. Thank you for listening to Letter from England, broadcasting at emission.net. Goodbye.
Emission.net